My name is Ayeni Adekunle. I'm the CEO of BHM. The skill gap that the PR industry faces across Africa is, according to the Africa PR&Comms report, is around a lot of the very high-level strategic talents, and it's easy to understand why. There's been a lot of movement outside of the continent in recent times to Europe and America. There's also been movement outside of the industry to technology and data analytics and project management and what have you. And we also know why that is. The industry needs to pay better, needs to do better. What we've done that I can advise that what we do at BHM is that we do not mind hiring at the very junior level and training. You have to focus on that supply side and say, what do you need in the next 3 to 5 years? And how could you begin to create that now? People will keep moving, right? People will move. And if there's no space at the top at agencies or our client side, it gets to a point where people have to move. So a lot of people get complacent and forget about the supply side. So what we've done is that we've always had, even though it's not very structured, we've always had a very, very flexible approach to internships, where most of those who become our leaders came in as interns. That's one. There's a lot of on-the-job training that is required to help people acquire these skills that may not necessarily be taught in the classroom. And the more access you have to senior leadership, the more access you have to very, very high-value work, the more you can develop those muscles if you did not have them. The third thing that I would say is that there is also a requirement for us practitioners, advisors, consultants, and executives to invest more in technical development. We are consultants at the end of the day. The reason why clients would turn to public relations at the very strategic level, they are for things that not just every individual can do. So even though media relations happens to be the most popular aspect of PR, that's like the pop of PR. There are a lot of very significant aspects of the practice that requires invested continuous learning, which nobody will do for you. The biggest companies in the world have their eyes on the continent, they have their eyes on Africa. When they do engage with public relations and communications consultants, they are not just looking for tactics. They are looking for insights, they are looking for guidance, they are looking for subject matter knowledge, they are looking for market expertise, and so on and so forth. So it's important that we fix that problem from focusing on the supply side, from providing ongoing training and resources to our people, but also for individuals to understand that what we bring to the table is what we know, that helps what we do. A friend of mine, or a client and a friend, said human capital will always flow towards the area of maximum opportunity. So you can't aim to stop brain drain, or you can't aim to stop talents from flowing from one industry to the other. The burden is on us to make PR as desirable as it should be, right? We want people to leave universities aspiring to work in public relations. You want people to leave banks and leave oil and gas companies, come and work in public relations. You want people to decide on themselves that they want to work in PR. Why should they do that? That means it needs to provide a safe environment for them to work. That means it needs to provide an opportunity for them to thrive. That means it needs to pay well. That means the work must be fulfilling, and so on and so forth. For agencies and consultancies and regulators and associations and business owners, we need to continue designing a framework that can enable the right environment for young people or established professionals to want to say, even though I have a choice to move to industry XYZ, I would choose to stay back in this industry because it allows me flexibility. It allows me to develop my knowledge skills. It pays me well, and so on and so forth. So it must be done at the industry level, but it also needs to be done at the company level, at the organization level. So that challenge, I say, is for PRSK, it's for APRA, it's for BHM and similar organizations to just be able to build something that people will be truly proud of. There is something called employer branding. A lot of things that employers do that attract potential employees to them. and what PR does is help countries and companies also manage their own reputation. So we need to continue that work of making sure that the industry branding that PR has, when you measure it versus technology and financial services and so on and so forth, that is top 5 or a strong top 10. And it should be, because we are the ones actually helping these other industries and organizations build their own reputations. At BHM, we've been experimenting with a different kind of recruitment method, and I believe strongly that we all need to pay more attention to focusing on the supply side. We need to give more opportunity to young people to bring them in and train them. Whether they studied mass comm or not, just to provide the right kind of training. On top of that, we need to provide opportunities for ongoing learning and development, not only in terms of what PR requires. Oftentimes, we train ourselves in the technique of PR, and I don't think there's a lot of lack of that in this room today. So I don't think there's a huge lack of understanding of the Barcelona principles, and PESO, and all the things that we know. I don't think anybody here today will struggle to write a press release or to get a media contact, or to simulate a crisis management issue and so on and so forth. What we need more training on, in my view, is the business of the client, the business that pays us. If we are really going to be the advisors to business leaders and government leaders, then we need to know what they do. We need to become subject matters in what they do, whether it's financial services or it's agriculture. So the way we hire and the way we recruit needs to blend with how we train, both for entry level and for the senior guys. And as again, someone told me this morning, you focus on the head, the heart, and the hands, right? So what do you know really? What have you been taught? What knowledge do you have? And then how do you manage people? How do you manage situations and circumstances and work, and how do you manage yourself? Then the end, what can you do? What have you done? What the clients are asking for is a deeper knowledge of their challenges, of their business, of their industries. Whether it's climate change or sustainability or financial reporting and so on and so forth. That's what the clients are asking. Clients are not desperately asking us for more media coverage or asking us for more social media trends. No, we do that very well. As CEO, my biggest challenge, what keeps me up at night, is not whether my guys can write a good press release or whether they can get on the cover of The Guardian. It doesn't keep me up at night, or whether they can secure influencer commitments, or whether they can get me earned media coverage or paid media coverage. It doesn't keep me up at night. Almost everyone in BHM can do that in their sleeps. What keeps me up at night is the regulatory imperatives affecting my clients' businesses, is the potential implication of monetary and fiscal policies on my client's business, right? Or the advancement in telecommunications and what GSMA is saying, and how it affects telecommunications for the next 10 years. Is how my clients are trying to understand how they should navigate artificial intelligence and what they need to be doing. Is to know what makes the CEO look good in front of his own board. So what more clients are asking for is PR people's understanding of their businesses, of their industry, of their challenges. There are business challenges and organizational challenges. Oftentimes we focus on communication challenges. I think so. The way we hire, the way we train needs to help us add on top of what we know around the communication challenges, the organization challenges, and the business challenges.